Hello and welcome. Let's be honest now, not everyone can write poetry, but just about everyone has been moved by it. From your kid's first poem that you stuck on the refrigerator to poems recited during presidential inaugurations. They're important chapters of our life stories. It's the reason why just 3 years ago, the Recording Academy added poetry as a Grammy category. And spoken word artist Queen Sheba is one of the first poets to be nominated for a Grammy. She is now the first woman to receive back-to-back nominations. And what an honor it is to welcome Queen Sheba to the show.
Thank you so much,
Hello.
Portia.
I see your heart.
You know, it's Black History Month. I thought I would do a little bling.
I see you. I see you. This is amazing.
Thank you.
I have to be honest, and I don't think I'm the only one. I did not realize until I read your story that you could get a Grammy for poetry.
It has been a long road. We used to have to submit our poetry albums under audiobooks or books on tape, but we would be going up against people like Barack Obama, Madonna, Ed Withers. And so Jay Ivey decided, hey, you know what? I'm part of the Chicago chapter. I'm a spoken word artist. Let me spearhead, along with his friends, and said, let me spearhead the idea of procuring spoken word out of that category and having our own. And we had 2 Zoom calls with all the prominent spoken word artists. I think it was in the summer of 21, and I was honored to be on that Zoom call along with the CEO of the Recording Academy, Harvey Mason Jr., Jay Ivey, I want to say even Paul Wall. There were so many people.
What was the initial thought? I mean, I know the poets were all in, right?
The thought is that they're not spoken word artists.
Yeah.
And we travel, we perform. We know each other. This is our scene. We're performing just like hip hop artists, just like singers, just like comedians. And so this is a completely separate genre. And the Recording Academy said, okay, if you could keep up at least 100 submissions a year, then we'll keep your category healthy and we'll keep it there for you.
Did you all just tell? Oh
my God, everybody was like, yes, absolutely. And then the misnomer is that you have to be a Recording Academy member to submit your album. You do not. Think about a record label. If you were under Arista and you submitted a album, you don't have to be a Recording Academy member. You just have to submit your album. And so many people that were Recording Academy members helped 100 poets submit their albums the very first year.
So your first nomination, the first time you hear the news, I mean, where are you? What is that like?
Well, funny story. The very first year was 23, and I submitted in the wrong category. I know. I was nervous. I submitted under Album of the Year, like the big one, like Beyonce and Taylor Swift.
Of course.
I was nervous. I put it in the wrong category, and then when the list came out, I was like, "Where's my album?" They were like, "Oops, sorry." I was like, "Oh my God!" So the second year in 24, I put it in the right category. I was in Jamaica with my cycling crew, not mine, but the crew that I cycle with. My crew. Shout out to Bonafide Cycle Crew. And we were in Jamaica doing a cyclecation. And I literally just got off the bike from our morning ride. And my partner was like, sit down at your computer. And so there was a delay because we were in Jamaica. And so a friend of mine in LA had got the feed first and texted me and said, congratulations. But I was like, nope, I want to see it myself. I want to see it myself. I want to see it. So when I just started screaming and made a video balcony, and I was like, I'm here. And then everybody from the pool was like, yay! So it was crazy.
Tell me about your early days as a poet. This is something you've always loved doing, storytelling.
Yes, absolutely. So my mother was never a performance artist, but she would write folk songs. And I was like, okay, I can kind of do that. So I was the kid that would make up dances and songs in the living room. I would invite my friends over. We thought we were going to be a singing
band,
group.
We thought we were. We thought we were. Girl group.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't sing. So there was that. And
with that beautiful voice, I'm surprised that you cannot sing.
But
we all understand our assignment.
Yeah, I do. I tell people I got B flat. That's what I got. I got B flat, and that's all I got. But I was definitely that kid making up stuff in the living room. However, my story of being adopted, biracial, through 3 foster homes, being abused, being sexually assaulted, I had a story to tell. And I was that kid who would come to elementary school and middle school and high school and tell my business because I didn't have anybody to talk to. I wasn't in therapy yet.
And I want to pause there because you just moved so smoothly through a lot of childhood trauma. How much, first of all, I thank you for surviving.
Give thanks. Thank you.
Shout out to the little girl, the little Sheba who survived this and brought us Queen Sheba. How much was poetry writing and storytelling a part of your healing from all of that?
Number one. It was my way, it was my visceral way to talk to someone without telling another 7-year-old my business that couldn't do anything for me. It was my way to get it out. I have bins and stacks of notebooks and papers and binders still in my attic, in my basement, from me writing through my 2 youth homes, 2 years in the youth home, and running away and living on the streets and living in abandoned buildings and all of that. And writing, I know it sounds cliche, saved my life.
It saved your life, and it put you on stages all across the nation.
Absolutely. All across the world. 9 countries, and just all across the country. It's been amazing. It's been incredible. I have 10 albums. Civil Rights is the second one that got nominated back to back in Atlanta.
Congratulations.
And thank you to Atlanta. Thank you to you. Thank you to everybody in media that supported it, because you didn't have to. You didn't have to choose spoken word, Portia, and you did.
But of course we did, because it's so important to the history of being an griot in the Jewish sense of our ancestors, right?
Yes, yes.
So important. Good conversation.
Thank you.
You're not going anywhere.
No.
You sit tight. You sit tight too, because up next you're going to meet a man who has influenced the world with his poetry for decades, and an engineering student who insists poetry is just as important as studying the sciences. They're both joining us after the break. Stay with us. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I really want to thank you for season 3 of Portia. It's because of loyal viewers like you that we keep getting to share this daily dose of positivity all across the country. So just a reminder, I still need you to like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and tell your friends. You can catch us now in Orlando, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, and all across the country on Fox Soul. Tell your friends. We'll see you soon on Portia.